think we're on yet.
No.
We are loading. Is that you, Rona?
Yeah.
Hey.
Welcome.
We're live now.
Welcome. We're live. We're sharing. We're live.
Share it into a couple groups.
Share it up.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, right.
Now.
Just give it a couple seconds here. And then we'll start rambling.
Rambling about the Rams.
I'm a rambling man.
Alright, let's get a couple more in here. Let's go.
Wish we could
Come on in here.
play the Jeopardy theme song. Do 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 do. Are you out there, people? Are you out there? Is anybody out there?
I don't know. It still says 0.
Zero people. Are we good yet?
Yeah,
He's got into about 16 different groups.
20. We got 2 people
got
watching.
A couple people watching.
What's up, people?
What's up?
What's up? I guess we'll get started then.
We're here to talk.
Yeah, here to talk. We're going to recap the divisional round. And then we'll talk a little bit of news about some head coaching. And then we will predict the championship round, conference championship round. All right. The Saturday mid game was the 6-seed Rams at the 1-seed Packers. Rams were 10-6. Packers were 13-3. The Packers won the game 32-18.
I don't like it.
Oh, you better
Yeah, it was.
I don't like it.
It was a rough game. Packers got it done though. They are the 1 seed. I mean, this is kind of what I predicted. I took them to win.
I took them to win too, but I don't like that I took them to win.
The Packers are a really good team this year. They do have some faults. They do have their faults, but
Their fans wear cheese on their heads.
cheese heads.
But they are a really good team. They're a number 1 seed for a reason.
Yeah.
So.
No, they're not.
The Rams just
It's not real.
The Rams just played poor. I mean, that's what it comes
Jalen
down
Ramsey
to.
played amazing.
Well, the Rams are a hit and miss team. I mean, they're
Supposedly, there's been some news breaking that McVay and Goff have kind of got a strained relationship now, which
I think Goff
is a mental.
He's a mediocre quarterback.
Yeah, middle tier.
I mean,
Everything's got to be in line for it to go good.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, they got promising. I mean, Cam Akers looks pretty good, the running back. They've got good receivers.
Well, you're at the point you're gonna start wasting everybody's career.
But they're also up against the cap too. I mean, there's a lot of money wrapped up into that team.
Yeah, there is.
And there's going to come a time where you're going to have to break it down and get rid of some of those pieces. And
I think to get a few of those players, they've given up
quite a bit already.
Pieces and picks, and so their future, it's kind of a win now situation, and they're not getting it done. They're not really pushing to a Super Bowl like they did in 2018.
No.
Talking about the Packers.
Packers side, I mean, the Packers are being the Packers.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers' show. Devontae Adams.
Now, there's an interesting little thing that came up.
They wear cheese on their heads.
Yeah. An interesting thing that came up about the Packers. This is the first time Aaron Rodgers has hosted the NFC Championship game. Their conference championship.
The first time he loses it, too.
I'm hoping one day he's the host at IHOP.
But yeah.
State Farm.
Table 3 is ready for you.
Championship. But it's weird. It's weird though that he's been in the league for how long?
Yeah.
And this is the first time that he's hosted a conference championship game.
I definitely think you can tell the difference from leaving Mike McCarthy out and bringing in Matt LaFleur.
Oh yeah.
The offense is.
I think it's clicking a lot better.
Yeah. It's a little more
The
open.
run game's actually productive.
Yeah.
Unlike it used to be.
It's never really been. I mean, for them for a long time.
I'm green.
Eddie Lacy.
Oh,
So-
chunky.
Well, I just thought that was an interesting bit.
Yeah.
It's his first time hosting one, man. It's like he's been in the league for how long? And
Well, they've kind of.
he's always had to go on the road.
Too long.
It was very weird.
on the road again. But anyway, I mean, what do you say? Fucking Packers.
Yeah. The Saturday night game was the 5 seed Ravens at the 2 seed Bills on the
It's
AFC.
Okay, it's okay.
The 11-5 Ravens at the 13-3 Bills. The Bills won this game 17-3, but it was a lot closer. The Bills' offense only scored 10 points. There was a defensive touchdown that put it up to 17. So Ravens are your team, so I'll let you.
Oh, and if Justin Tucker wouldn't have
Missed
missed
field
field goals.
So I'll let Jordan take over on this one since it's his team.
Offensive line played horrible. Center played horrible. I don't know why. It seems like all these centers are missing snaps. I don't. How hard is it to snap the damn ball? But
Pretty hard.
pretty hard. Lamar got hurt then third quarter, and it was pretty much a shit show from there. He didn't come back like he took a shit from the other game versus the Browns. Defense played good. Hopefully Wink doesn't leave. But
I mean, to hold them to 17 points is...
Right, like I said, that's what I was getting at. Is the Bills only scored 10 on offense, and Lamar threw an interception that got returned 101 yards. So it wasn't even
really, if we would
a short. I mean, you guys were in scoring range.
yeah, 3 drives.
At that point, he had already missed 2 field goals. Let's say you don't. That's 10-9. That's a lead right there.
Yeah, and then we
You cut that defensive touchdown out. You make the other 2 field goals. You make that one.
Yeah.
You're winning the game. I mean, you're maybe not winning, but you're leading at that point.
Yeah.
It's fucking kickers, man.
The Ravens.
I don't know what it is.
The Ravens defense got it done. It is Lamar.
The offense.
Yeah, and we watched Shannon Sharp and them guys just kind of go at it
Fuck
just
Shannon
a
Sharp.
few minutes ago, but
He used to be a Raven.
he was he was saying that Lamar is one-dimensional come playoff time. He
He compared him to Giannis.
Yeah, he compared him to Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I don't know if that's a good comparison. Skip didn't like that, but I get where he was going with it. Was regular season dominance does not always translate to playoff dominance. That's the comparison he was trying to make.
He's going to get that reputation like Cousins has had. You know what I mean?
Good.
Like,
put up the stats.
Can't win the game. Can't win it when it matters.
Right.
Yep.
That's until he does that. Then
I think we need a new offense coordinator.
Yeah.
Now, not necessarily the play calling works, but the receiving routes are
terrible.
They're one-dimensional.
But is it Greg Roman's fault that it's like that, or is he just doing what Lamar can do? You know what I mean? Like are the play calls like that because he thinks that's all that Lamar can do?
But they said that Lamar had 49 touchdowns in the red zone with 0 interceptions.
No.
So he has the ability to do it and to make
Just
the throws.
I mean, there is a lot. Andrews catches a lot of balls that should be caught. I've noticed that in some of these games. It seems like he disappears. Boykin does it. Really, they need a true number one that can catch the ball. Like Steve Smith, Anquan Bolden.
Do you think they go after somebody in free agency, or do you think that maybe they draft somebody?
No, we can't develop receivers. I hope maybe Allen Robinson. I would go Julio, but he's getting older. He's getting older. I'm sure they'll put against the one.
What about OBJ?
Fuck it, why not?
If you
Bring him in.
Market. But I was telling you about Dez. Dez isn't going to be your number one at this point in time in his career. He's going to be that slot guy. He's going to be able to go up against the second or third defensive back and win those matchups, but he's not going to win the matchup against a Jalen Ramsey or what. Or, you know what I mean?
No.
The number one DB.
We gotta get the ball to him first.
Yeah. Now on the Bills side, 17-3. But like I said, it was a defensive touchdown, and I feel like the Ravens beat themselves, really.
That's kind of
But
an
the
ongoing
Bills
thing.
did. The Bills did do
I
enough.
like to beat myself sometimes.
I like to beat it.
my
Just beat
gosh,
it.
man.
Nobody wants it. But
When the lights go down.
really, if you look at what the Bills did versus, they won't. I don't think they'll beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, if in this repeats, I don't see them. Unless if Mahomes isn't there and all that. Well, we'll get into that later.
Well, supposedly Mahomes
But-
passed off his concussion protocol.
But we'll get
I don't know if it was a concussion. We'll talk about that game next. But I'm kind of with you there. The Bills, they struggled a little bit. But like I said, you guys just played lights out on defense. Now, I don't know if the Chiefs will be able to do that. So the Ravens... Yeah. The Ravens did play lights out on defense. The Bills did enough to get the win.
I don't want to hear it.
Josh Allen has played well, though. I mean, Josh Allen, I do feel is the real deal.
And,
No,
and Diggs.
Diggs
has
Diggs.
been tearing it
The
up.
best thing they did was get Diggs, like you said.
Mhm.
The one that got away, but that's all right.
Yeah, he got away
He was
from
right.
Baltimore.
He was.
They got a Dallas's old receiver too, Beasley. They got Beasley in the slot.
Cole Beasley.
So,
Oh, white man.
yeah,
White man with the two.
Wes Welker, Beasley.
Wes
You gotta have a-
Welker.
I'm just saying you got to have a white guy in there once in a while.
Gotta have that white love.
Cooper Cup.
White on white action.
But we'll move on to the Sunday games. The first Sunday game up is the 6-seed Browns at the 1-seed Chiefs. The Browns were 11-5. The Chiefs were 14-2.
This was a good game.
But they sat their last week, so
You're fine.
14-1 under Mahomes.
Browns
Really.
lost in a Browns fashion.
Yep.
Yeah, they almost had it though.
The Chiefs won the game 22-17, but man, things could have been a little different in this game.
There was a call during that game.
You talking about by the end zone?
No,
The fumble.
Yep.
That should have been the
should've-
first down. I mean,
It should have been a helmet to
Helmet to helmet. Imagine if they would have scored that touchdown, they'd been on the 1-yard line. We talked about this. They would have won the game.
Yeah, that's
They would
it's a
have been ahead.
one-score game.
Not to mention the fact that earlier I was telling him that I don't remember who caught the ball. Somebody for the Chiefs caught the ball and it hit the ground.
Was it Tyreek?
It might
And they
have
called
been,
it a
and they
catch.
called it a catch, and then they scored on that drive. So it's like
It's weird how watching this one little thing can alter the whole game.
yeah, it
You're
kind
like
of
you miss a
can.
field goal, and then you end up losing by.
I know a lot of people are like, well, you can't complain about one call because they should have played better the whole game, and then they would have been ahead. But when games are this tight,
Right.
it only takes one thing.
Well, that
You
touchdown,
know?
yeah, like you said, that touchdown, they'd be up by one the whole new game.
Yeah.
Mahomes gets hurt,
Yeah.
then what?
But I mean, Brown side, I think. I mean, this is the
They
first time they've been in the
played well.
playoffs since '94.
Mm.
I mean, they made it to the second round of the playoffs. They beat the Steelers. That's pretty good. I mean, I don't think you should be ashamed of that.
No,
did anybody
no.
see them winning the Super Bowl this year? No.
No, nobody really had him.
Everybody'd be right.
But I mean, they were a touchdown away from beating the Chiefs.
Exactly.
I mean, you know.
Well, they can keep up with the best of them. It seems like.
So I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of. I think the future's
And-
bright for them. I think what hurt them a little bit was I think they should have ran the ball a little earlier in the game.
Mhm.
They seemed like they got away from the run.
Yep.
And then in the second half, they're like, oh yeah, we got Chubb and Hunt. And then they started running a little bit and having
And they
success.
started getting back into it. Yeah.
So I think that kind of rendered them at the beginning of the game.
The on the Chiefs side of things, like you said, they only won. It's a one-score game. Mahomes played well. He did get knocked out of the game with concussion protocol.
I didn't get that
But-
concussion. He didn't.
Yeah,
If
he
you
didn't
watch that,
really
he
slam
didn't really
his
hit
head.
his head.
See, a lot of people were saying
It's weird.
as he was getting tackled, it was kind of a
Just-
choking thing.
well,
So
they-
when he looked like he was fainting, they think he was just like lack of air. It
Well, they
wasn't
said-
really a
they said-
concussion.
I read something that said it must have been like a nerve.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Something
it's
kind of
weird.
happened.
He probably had a
But-
concussion, and they just playing on the download to make sure he's eligible to play.
He got up looking all
Right.
like, hey.
Hey there,
How have you been?
Yeah, I'm with you though because as soon as he got up,
Go
he did look
Browns!
like he was fainting a little bit, but then he did he recomposed himself, and then they sent him to the locker room. He was jogging,
Yeah.
but he wasn't stumbling. He wasn't needing to be helped. He
I've
was
seen a lot of posts
completely-
that said, you should have stayed in the damn game.
yeah,
But
he was completely coherent.
yeah. But Henney
At
came
that
into the
point.
game and then threw an awful interception.
I didn't even know he was still in the league.
But
Yeah, I didn't
but then
either.
but then he did make the play at the end. He rushed the ball
Mhm.
for a first down to kill the clock, so for the win. So I don't know. To me, the Chiefs don't look that great.
They can be
I mean the
They're-
the past like 4 weeks or 5 weeks,
They're barely scraping by.
they've won by
Right.
like a touchdown. I mean they're not winning
Blowing
by a
anybody
lot.
out.
Right, they're not just blowing people out. So.
And now you're gonna go to Buffalo. You know Buffalo's coming to town. We'll talk about that
Mhm.
later, but that's a high-powered offense. So
Mhm.
we'll see. But I guess that's about it. For
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
about it for that game. On to the Sunday night game. It was actually like a 6:40 game, which was nice. So
Nice.
it's 8 o'clock, freaking late ass game. The 5 seed Buccaneers at the 2 seed Saints. The 11-5 Bucks and the 12-4 Saints. The Buccaneers won this one 30-20.
Old man Brady.
Brady got it done, but the Buccaneers defense showed up as well.
Yeah.
That there were some good plays that their defense
There was some
made.
catching and fumbling.
So
Saints end up blowing another game.
yeah, I sent you you guys.
Karma.
I sent you guys a little thing earlier in the group that had the Saints for the last 4 playoff exits. It was the Minneapolis Miracle,
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
followed by the overtime against the Rams,
Yeah.
and that whole debacle with the 26-23 with the a push off or whatever, and then the Vikings,
With a push off, possibly.
the last year Vikings.
Overtime
And
win with
then
Rudolph. Yeah.
This year, 30-20 lost to Brady. So it's just like, what is going on with the Saints? Like they're such a good regular season team, and they wiped the Bucks the last time they played them, like 38-3 or something like that, and then they lose this one 30-20. Now they did sweep the regular season series, and it's very, very hard to win all 3. Dallas lost to the Giants when we did that. We lost in the 2007. They said it happened a couple different times, like in the 80s and 90s. The team will sweep a season series and then meet up, and then it's revenge
No.
because it's on the line. Very hard to sweep 3.
I think Saints wise, Breeze. This could be Breeze's last game. From
He-
the way it
Yeah.
looked, I think it was.
he doesn't have it anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
the
they-
arm, it's not
Well,
there.
they're bringing in other quarterbacks to throw the ball down the field. You know, I mean, when that
It's
happens, you gotta. It's probably time to go.
It's weird,
In the
though.
way that he kind of looked at the stadium one last time.
I honestly think if he goes, they may not be a playoff team next year.
Mhm.
Because who's taking over?
Jameis
Jameis
Winston,
Winston. But I just don't
Taysom
think he's gonna.
Right, can Taysom Hill go a whole season? They're going to figure him out sooner or
Yeah.
later.
But the Buccaneers side, Brady
Brady.
being Brady, you know.
Brady surrounded himself with a bunch of talent. I believe, truly, he selected the right team
You know.
because he had, a whole plethora of teams he could have went to. This team had the wide receivers. They brought Gronk in. Then they brought Brown in
You know.
through middle
They
of
got
the
a running
season.
game. The
They've got to
Lions-
run again.
Their
The
defense is good.
Right, the line isn't perfect, but the line is workable. The defense is good. Yeah, he's definitely surrounded himself with the right teammates
Yeah.
to be successful. So
What if he does it again?
I don't want to see that.
Go.
I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers. though,
Yeah, I know.
so-
No one. This NFC matchup for me is terrible because I don't like Brady, but I also don't like
me,
the Packers.
It's kind of weird. The NFC's got your old quarterbacks.
Yep.
And then the AFC's got your new,
The-
your
the
fresh,
young-
the younger.
Yeah.
Up and comers. Yep.
So it's going to be old versus new.
Yep. Old versus new. In the
Whatever
Super
way
Bowl.
it goes.
So- Moving on to a little bit of the news, we got the head
Well,
coach.
we got to do our pick'em.
Oh, we're gonna do pick'ems first. Okay.
We all went 2-2 this week. So
I picked the Packers and Chiefs right. Lost the Ravens and Saints.
I picked the Packers and the Bucks.
Lost Ravens and Browns.
Same.
So I think we're both tied still.
Yeah, we're both tied at 171 and 95.
Jesus Christ, you had him on here.
Look on the back. I had to go over because you Put up with yourself.
I am 159 and 108.
You cannot win.
Yeah, you're pretty much out of it at
You
this
will be
point.
in third place.
So that's it. I mean, as far as that goes.
Do you want to do the head coach thing, or do we want to go ahead and just talk about the conference?
Let's do the head coach thing.
Okay,
Let's
we'll do that.
put that in first. So a little bit of news on the coaching side of things. The big one is Urban Meyer to the Jags. Yes, we're a week late on it.
Well, hello there.
It's just, I mean, Jordan posted something on
You guys
the
know this
actual,
Urban Meyer guy?
Jordan posted something about it on our actual 3-man Facebook. But this is the first time we're actually talking about it. Urban Meyer to the Jags. What do you guys think?
I don't know because I mean he's coming from college. He's never coached in the NFL. Could it be like a Jimmy Johnson thing? That's what they're
Right.
kind of comparing it to.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. That
I do know that he's coming into a great situation.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good. They're going to take Trevor Lawrence.
yeah, he's
I
coming
mean-
in. He's going to take the number 1 quarterback.
And he's got another first-round pick. He's got 2 second-round picks.
They got a couple receivers. Their line needs some
They got
help.
James Robinson.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree though. It's a very good situation for a head coach, especially a tenured head coach like Urban Meyer.
To me, it
He's
seems
coming
like-
into a good
It
situation.
seems weird because he has all these health problems and he leaves the job. Then he comes back.
They were asking him about his health and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he kept saying, "Oh, I'm fine" or whatever. But yeah,
He just wants that paycheck.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he's getting a big one. They haven't
Oh,
came
yeah.
out with the numbers yet,
Mhm.
but I'm sure it's going to.
Oh,
be
I'm sure it
massive.
will be 100 million is what.
And I'm sure he's probably got complete control of a lot of
Yeah,
stuff. So.
the Raiders coach got 100 million for 10 years. So 10 million
Johnny
a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I don't know if it'll be that big, but he'll get
No.
a decent size contract.
I want it all.
I think. I mean, we just don't know. That's the hard thing about these head coach jobs. You don't. They're good coordinators, or I mean, he's been a good head coach, but it's a totally different game too. So.
Right. It's you're playing in college where he's getting all these 4- and 5-star recruits.
And he's used to winning.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Every
like,
year, winning, and now he's. Odds are, their first season,
4 and 12.
probably not gonna be
5
very
and 11,
good.
Right.
it's going to be better than last year, probably. But
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's Ohio State on the college level. He's getting all these 4- and 5-star recruits. He's able to control that pull. And he's able to control that talent.
he even
He's
said,
not gonna be able
he's
to-
not used to like dealing with the salary cap.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? Because there is no salary.
Oh,
Right,
hell,
that's
they
what
were-
I'm saying.
Oh,
They-
hell, they were paying him.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though. He was controlling the pull of those players and pulling all this talent in. He's going to have to just, this is what you have, and you have to work with it.
I think I'd rather stay in college than the NFL. You don't have to deal with overpaid drama.
Right,
Well.
right. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Is part of that.
But,
But,
Getting there.
But I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it looks good on paper, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
see how it translates. The next up is Brandon Staley. He was the Rams defensive coordinator. He went to the Chargers.
Oh my gosh.
That's
The-
I don't.
Oh my.
Yeah,
I don't know. That one's kind of.
yeah. He must have had a really good interview.
I would have
The only thing I
thought.
could
I
say.
would have thought Eric Bieniemy would have been good. for
Mhm.
him.
I would have thought Adam Gase would have been perfect.
It's almost like, don't get me wrong. I understand why they
It's a
wanna-
McVay guy.
why
You know
they-
what I
yeah.
mean? Like, oh, he knows Sean McVay. Let's hire him.
Mhm.
The past few years, it seems like
Everybody that's related to
everybody
him.
that has anything to do with Sean McVay. But see, the Rams really were they that great
They
on
were
offense
10 and
this year?
6.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't.
But,
That one I don't know. I mean,
See, and that's what you were talking about, the enemy thing. I feel like the Chargers jumped the gun a little bit because they do all these interviews before. Like, I feel like they should have to wait until after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't. This whole because of what happened. Was it one of the what coach was it? Somebody was taking an interview and it was like right after they won the game.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
I
what
think
it was. It's ridiculous.
It's the Bucks defense coordinator.
Mm.
He's
Oh,
interviewing.
Todd Bowles.
Yeah, he's interviewing for I can't remember what was it.
Eagles.
The Eagles? Yeah,
Eagles, yeah.
and they're still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now how the hell does that work?
I don't know.
It's I get.
I think I can
That-
affect
but
the
I-
game plan.
I feel like the NFL kind of lets teams jump the gun a little bit, and like you said, the Chargers would have been perfect for Bieniemy, But I feel like Bieniemy's focused on the Chiefs right now.
Yeah.
And
But
then the Rams is already
But with
out of it. They got knocked out, so
but
then they hired him
They
instead.
should just let him do it Pro Bowl weekend.
Right,
That
that-
week.
right.
You know what I mean? In
but
between the.
do you think that Bieniemy's got maybe there's something like
He's gonna stay with the
he's gonna
Chiefs.
take over for Reed,
I don't know.
I don't think
kind
so.
of like a Belichick.
I think
Daniels
Reed
situation?
still has some years left though, so Bieniemy might be waiting a little while.
We'll
for
get
that.
to that, but
The next one is Robert Saleh.
Salah.
He was the 49ers defensive coordinator. He went to the Jets. Now, the Jets are the team we talked about earlier this year. That Jags versus Jets.
Battle for Tank Trevor.
We said you'd rather go for the Jags. Can he go in there and transform that team?
Now, the thing about him, and a lot of defensive players on the 49ers have talked really highly about him.
Mhm. He's hard nosed.
He's hard nosed and he's a
Mm-hmm.
real, player coach.
Right.
Being a defensive coordinator, though, I don't think he's really been anything else.
So the
So-
offense is going to be stagnant.
It's hard to say. I mean,
Right. The
and,
defense will be strong, but the offense might not.
and is it going to be like talk about Mike Zimmer?
hmm
He just cares about the defense,
Right.
and then that kind of
We're not
everything
locked.
else. When you're a head coach, you have to oversee everybody. You know what I mean? You have to go into the meeting rooms of the offensive
Offensive
players
as well,
and the whatever.
right.
You got to be. So I don't know. I mean, I know Richard Sherman was talking about how great of a coach he was and this and that. It wouldn't shock me if Richard Sherman goes there
Yeah.
hmm
because there
He
was
likes
rumors saying that he'd follow him wherever he went. So,
Right, 'cause he likes
I
him.
don't know, but there's a lot that has to be done on that team. There's a lot of holes on that team.
I think the defense is kind of most. They've got more pieces than I'd say the offense does.
Yeah.
I still
the Jets.
think you keep Sam Darnold, but at least maybe for another year.
Maybe try to build a little bit around him.
because you just don't have anything around him.
hmm
Because really, what they've got the third pick. My thing is, I think you either go with, or no, they get second.
I mean, God, they could get Jamar Chase or
To me, there's only
that left tackle.
to me there's only two choices. It's that left tackle, or I think you go Devontae Smith.
or it's him too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get that. You have to get a receiver's game break. Really, that's what
Yeah.
Darnold needs. He needs a receiver.
Or if you're them, you trade down because you got so many damn holes.
Right.
That'd be the best thing they could
Trade
do.
down to get depth.
Yeah.
So the next one's an interesting one. Arthur Smith, the Titans
The
offensive.
Typhoon.
Yeah, Typhoons. The Titans offensive coordinator went to the Falcons. Now the Falcons are interesting because their GM or owner or whoever
Yeah.
has said that anyone on this team
Is available.
is available, including Matt Ryan and Julio. So now Arthur Smith is going in here. You have Julio and Ryan, but you could also move them around. So
You got
what do you
Calvin
think
Ridley.
here?
I think they stick with Matt Ryan
I think they.
because from what I've seen, I mean, he was dealing with Tannehill. Tannehill's kind of like Matt Ryan,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Pocket quarterback.
Is he going to want? I don't know if he's ever really. I mean, I don't know if he was there when Mariota was there or not.
To me,
But I
Sure.
mean,
To
that
me,
didn't work out very
I'd say
well.
the best thing you can do is I would move on from Julio. You might
Keep
be able to get
Ryan.
a first, if not a second, because I mean, really, it seemed like Ridley played great, and so did that Russell Gage. I think that was the number 2 option behind them.
So basically get another first round pick, so that way you would have 2 first round picks this year, and you could draft whoever you want.
I think you keep Matt Ryan because I mean he's pretty good still, and with the way he runs his offense, I think it would work.
Right.
And really, that team, I mean, every year they're kind of Jekyll and Hyde. We talk about, you know what I mean?
They even had some
they
games
could be
this
good.
year. Right.
And if you trade Julio, you get another pick. Because if you take one of those quarterbacks in the first round, you don't know if they're going to pan out.
Right.
I mean, once
but I think
Lawrence is
they're
gone,
another team. They have so many holes.
Yeah.
I think they need edge rushers. They need safety help.
they could trade. They could get Jamar Chase or one of those receivers. You know what I mean? Get rid of Julio and pick up a younger receiver and
Yep.
have him and Ridley. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look at how it worked out for you guys.
Yeah.
Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, I do agree with the Falcons being Jekyll and Hyde. They had some games this year that was like, man, they shouldn't have won that. Then they had some where they lost by one score. Or they lost by even like a point or two.
And as far as him being their head coach, it's hard to say because that offense, I mean, you got to get a running back. Mm-hmm. He's used to having Derrick Henry.
Right.
Okay, here's a question.
And you don't have that.
If they're on the board, do they go with that Najee Harris from Alabama?
I don't think with their first pick they would.
Well, he's projected to go in the first.
Well, if they trade back,
if they would trade Julio, you could still get him later on.
Or trade down.
But they're gonna need a good running back because where they got Todd Gurley, is that who's playing?
Woo!
He's not gonna get it done.
Like you said, he ain't no Derrick Henry.
His offense is gonna work on a good running back.
Right.
So I don't know.
So the last one was Dan Campbell. He was the Saints tight end coach / assistant coach, head coach. He went to the Lions, or not he's projected to go to the Lions.
Yeah. I don't think this is another. I think this is a miss.
I think I think a lot of these teams are jumping the gun early. I'd rather wait.
That's what I'm saying. You're not interviewing enough.
It seems like kind of like Dallas. I think Dallas kind of missed out.
Yeah.
You want to be in the middle. You don't want to wait too late. And you don't want to get too early. Because what happens if Bieniemy comes out and says, "Yeah, he'll go to
whoever's left or Eagles."
Say he'll go to the Eagles and they get Watson. You know.
Right.
You know, I don't. This hire is kind of. I've heard good things about him, and I think last year there was some talks about him getting a head coach job, but I don't know. What's he really done? I mean, tight ends coach for the Saints.
Mm-hmm. Taysom Hill.
That might be one of the things.
And the Lions, I think this is just
the best thing they can do. They need to trade staff, or
I think the Lions just don't make good decisions. And other news, the Eagles and the Texans are the only two teams that haven't
filled
it.
Position.
And the Texans are interviewing with Eric Bieniemy.
I don't think he's gonna go.
I don't think so.
Yeah, either. I think he stays with the Chiefs.
Too many bad things happening with that franchise.
And Bieniemy has said, Jordan was saying, Bieniemy said that
he's waiting for the right opportunity.
He's going to wait for the right opportunity. He's not going to jump the gun. And I like that mentality. Get yourself into a...
And I don't know if that's the right opportunity.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No draft capital and
unhappy
unhappy players. And
he's going to put himself in a successful situation.
I'm going to throw that out there. I think J.J. Watt's pretty much gone.
Yeah, I think Watson wants out.
Watson wants out. Watt wants out. And
to be honest with you, if you're a head coach coming into that situation, really you probably should just trade all those players because you don't have any picks.
Yeah,
you got to rebuild it.
Well, the best thing is really Watson. You probably can at least get two first.
Probably.
Watt, you probably get a second or a third. I mean, if not a second and a fourth, that gives you enough draft capital to bring in some some younger guys.
And the Eagles are interviewing Todd Bowles, defensive coordinator for the.
Yeah.
See, part of me thinks like if you make that move and you trade Watson, I would say maybe go for like Fitzpatrick, get some kind of an older quarterback that can,
veteran.
Yeah. Depending do they trade Watson for Tua? I don't.
I'm curious to see what all quarterbacks retire.
I don't know if Miami would even want to do that.
But supposedly Miami's got a bunch of players that are coming out asking why is Tua going to be the starter.
Really? So
it's weird to give up on a guy like
second season, right?
But first, he's a rookie.
But you've seen what Watson can do.
I mean, you're getting one of those,
and they're right there too. I mean, the Dolphins are like right there on the brink of
right.
playoffs.
I see what you're saying. If it was a Tua for Watson swap and then maybe one pick, I wouldn't give up the house though.
See,
I wouldn't give up multiple picks plus
Miami,
Tua.
I think you kind of have to because Miami's a quarterback away from going. I mean, I think
they are. Their defense is top 5.
But then you're putting yourself in the Rams situation where you sell out all these picks. You're selling out to win now. And if it don't work,
to me, I think if you look,
I see what you're saying, but you see what I'm saying.
We're talking about Watson versus Goff, and
I know
in the same tier, I'd say.
I know. I'm just saying you're selling out to win now, and if it doesn't happen,
sometimes teams just want to win though,
right?
Because they've never won. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I get it.
I don't know.
We'll see. See what happens. We're not GMs, but we're trying to be.
Should be. Yeah. Salary cap would be off.
Apparently, we could just apply for the Lions job, and we could probably get that.
Turn the salary cap off and just let us go.
I want you.
All right. We're going to get into our predictions. Man, this is I do not like this first one.
have a feeling.
I know what I'm picking.
The Sunday mid game, the 5 Buccaneers at the 1 Packers. Oh, boy.
Come on, boy.
This might be our tiebreaker right here, bud. I know you're going Bucks because
I'm
you
going
don't.
Bucks because I hate the Packers.
you hate the
I
Packers.
do not want to see Aaron Rodgers win a goddamn Super Bowl.
I don't want.
I don't like
either of
Brady, but I don't mind the Bucks in general.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
Oh, man, this is so
I-
hard.
Give me the Bucks.
To me, I think this is going to be high scoring.
Mhm.
No,
And I think it's going to come down to whoever's defense can hold.
Yeah,
I think the Bucks defense is better than the Packers defense.
I do too. Man, it's Rodgers.
Brady outduel Rodgers and Adams.
I'm gonna go Packers.
What's weird, and we've talked about this before,
I'm gonna go Packers.
why is Devontae Adams? Why does he catch everything? Everybody knows the ball's going to him.
And he gets doubled. He gets double teamed.
Yeah, and he still catches
The
it.
Buccaneers held what's his name? The Saints' number 1 receiver,
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas. I was thinking Smith for some reason.
Michael
They,
Smith.
they held Michael Thomas to 0 pitches.
Yeah. Well, what does that tell you?
That tells you that their defense can get it done.
What does that tell you?
I got to stick with Brady.
This is gonna be where we split, bud.
Yeah.
There it
We
is.
might split on the next one too.
Oh, we might.
Next one.
Go ahead.
Next one, we got 13-3 Bills and 14-2 Chiefs. Really?
Give me those Buffalo Bills, baby.
Oh, I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm
Chiefs
taking
look
both.
beatable,
I'm
and
taking
the Bills need a Super Bowl. They've never won a Super Bowl.
I agree with you.
I predict.
So you're taking both the away teams.
Yep.
Yep.
To
I
me,
took both home teams.
To me, I think the Chiefs are gonna slip up. I'm gonna go Bills. I think it's gonna. I don't think
The
the Chiefs.
only
I don't
one.
think, I don't think the Chiefs can go back to back. I really don't. And Buffalo, I think Diggs. I don't think they'll be able to cover Diggs. Telling you, if this happens,
Buccaneers and Bills is what I'm.
now if Bucks and Bill, I think Brady ends up getting another one. What do you do if Brady gets another one? I mean, he's GOAT. I hate saying it.
They're saying that he's already.
He's already
go.
the GOAT, isn't he?
He
Yeah.
got 7.
He's at 6 right now. But if he
Did you
gets
see
number
that?
7, it's over.
Did you see that joke they were giving about the Cowboys?
Mm-mm.
Said Brady's been in the NFC for 1 year and he's going to the conference championship. The Cowboys been 27 years and haven't made it.
It's ridiculous.
But I don't know. It's gonna be a good game either way.
I think. I mean,
think so.
they're both going to be good games. I think.
I
But
think so too. Like you said, it's the battle of the elders and then the battle of the up and comers.
I don't want to see the Packers in the Super Bowl.
I don't either, but that's who I feel is going to win this game.
Well,
It's
you
Rodgers.
need to feel something else.
I know, it's Rodgers' first time playing at home in an NFC Championship. He hasn't been to a Super Bowl himself since whatever it was, 2011. He's kind of due for some success. I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling in my heart. I just feel like it's.
I feel it.
good.
I feel it.
I just feel like it's his opportunity.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we will find out. All right.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think
Is
that's
that
it.
it?
Woohoo!
All right.
6:30, man. Wow.
Wow.
Next week's gonna be even shorter.
Adios.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you next week. Have a good day, guys.
Bye bye.